Hi everyone, this is Dave and welcome to a new Ask the Geek Q&A. These are the videos where I answer your questions that you've left me on Instagram. If you want to ask a question for the next video, please make sure that you follow me on Instagram. Every now and again I post a photo on there asking for you to leave questions, and I've got plenty this time and I absolutely enjoy making these videos, I really do. So this is the first question and it's from Geek who asks, which is the best tripod for the 6S or 6S Plus? It will be awesome if you make more videos on the Apple TV. Well, I do intend to make more videos on the latest 4th gen Apple TV. And in answer to your question, I would say look at two different manufacturers. The first one is a company called Square Jellyfish. They make some really cool tripods and smartphone holders. I have reviewed their products before and I'll leave a link to the video that I made on their products in the video description. So please do check that out. And then the other manufacturer is Joby. They make Gorilla Pods, which are mini tabletop tripods. And they even make some larger DSLR tripods, but they also make smartphone holders as well. So please do check them out. Next question is from Tony Luscombe. Hi Tony. Now Tony, just a quick message to you. Thank you for being part of the Geekanoids community. As with everyone who leaves me comments and questions, I notice that you tweet me quite often as well, and I really do appreciate them and like communicating with all of you guys. So Tony asks, how do you deal with internet trolls? I'd love to do YouTube videos, but it's the only thing putting me off. Keep up the great work, Dave. Well, thanks for your nice comment. The question, it's a difficult one to deal with, and I've been doing YouTube for 9 years now, and even I succumb to the sort of want to respond to the trolls. And internet trolls are the term that we use for people who just leave a comment on your video and they're really looking to provoke a response. And the way I deal with it for the most part is just to ignore it. If it's a really disgusting comment, using derogatory language, then sometimes I do delete them, but for the most part, if it's something I don't want to answer because it's rude or inappropriate, I just leave it there for other people to see. More often than not, these people don't know you personally, so they're hiding behind a computer screen making these comments, so it really shouldn't affect you personally. It is hard, I get a lot of horrible comments, and on occasion it does affect me, but I quickly move on and get on with the task at hand, so don't let that put you off. You do have to be quite thick-skinned when you're doing YouTube videos, so just go in with the mentality that if you're going to get bad comments, which you will, you'll just ignore them and move on. Next question. This is from VR55has. What is the best laptop you can get in the price range £199 to £299? Now, on occasion you do see offers for, I think it's the Lenovo B50, which is quite a well-made laptop. For that sort of price though, I would really be considering looking at a tablet and a keyboard combination. I wouldn't necessarily get a laptop that cheap, but if you really do want to get a laptop in that price range, then definitely look at these Lenovo offers that come on from time to time. Next question is from Andy Carzola. How do you go about buying and importing mobile phones from places like Asia legally? I've seen some good reviews about mobiles that are from Asia. Do you think they'd work just as well in England? Well, the first rule of thumb is to make sure you're buying an international version of the phone. When you see which bands it supports, it'll say things like GSM 1800 or LTE, just do a quick search on Wikipedia or a quick search on your network and see what bands they support. So if you're on EE or T-Mobile or Vodafone, check what bands they support and just check it matches up with the phone you're looking to purchase. You mentioned how do you buy from Asia legally? Well, it's totally legal to import a smartphone. You can buy from websites like Banggood or DX.com, and when they come into the country, sometimes you have to pay an import duty or customs duty or VAT depending on the value of the product you're importing. And as long as you do things all above board, it's totally legal to import something to the UK. Good luck with that. And I must admit, I've actually reviewed quite a few of these sort of imported phones recently, and they offer fantastic value for money, very high-end specification and a very cheap price point. They do vary in quality, but if you check out the reviews before you buy, I'm sure you'll get something really good. Next question is from Jim Sam 78. Do you have a morning ritual? Well, yes, I do. I work to a schedule most mornings because I have to be quite regimented in the way I work because I'm self-employed. It's far too easy to get distracted. So my morning ritual is normally get up, I have some breakfast and a cup of tea to start the day. Then I have a shower, shave, brush my teeth, and then straight into work. And I'm normally working by 7:30 a.m. every morning. And I do my normal sort of building links for the day, sharing my video for the day, answering comments. Then I share some bargains that I find on Amazon. And then I move on to whatever the rest of the schedule is for the day. And that could be a recording day, it could be an editing day, it could be a trip down to London for business meetings, a whole host of different things. And intermingled between those things, obviously I have to deal with business administration as well, things like accounting, dealing with sending review products back, dealing with signing for review products coming in. So lots and lots of things throughout the day, but the morning ritual stays pretty much the same. Great question as well. I think pretty much everyone has a morning ritual. I really do. Right, this is a really good question from Darren Gator. Thank you very much, Darren. Out of all the cameras and camcorders you owned and reviewed, what are your top 3 in both categories? And do you currently own them, regret selling them, or would you like to get again? Now that's a really difficult question. I'm going to deal with the camcorders first because there's only really one camcorder that I can remember having that I regret getting rid of, and that was the Panasonic VX870 4K camcorder, and it recorded really good quality video. Mine developed a fault after a few months, so it actually was returned for a replacement. When I got the replacement, I thought, do I keep this? Do I use it again? And I actually sold it on and invested that money elsewhere in the business. And I sort of wish I'd kept that because it was a very easy product to use and it produced great quality video. With regards to cameras, well, I think my top 3 cameras are the Olympus Pen EPL5, the Panasonic GH4, and also the Fuji X-T10. Now, out of those 3, I'm recording the video that you're watching here with the Panasonic GH4. It's my favourite camera of all time, micro four thirds, great quality video, and I really do love owning and using it. And in fact, when the GH5 comes out next year, I'll definitely be getting that in as well. With regards to the other cameras I mentioned, the Fuji X-T10, that's something that's just been on my radar. I haven't actually used that, and it's something I plan to get into the studio and use myself as my own personal camera. The Olympus Pen EPL5 was, I think, the last EPL model that I actually owned, and it was such a lovely camera, and that's the one I regret getting rid of, purely because it sort of spurred something inside me to actually become more creative. I just loved picking that camera up. It was something about the feel and the ergonomic of the camera that made me take more photos. And that's what it's all about. You need to get out and about with your camera and really experience the world outside and share those magic moments that you managed to capture. I almost said managed to capture on film, but of course we're digital now. But the Olympus Pen range of cameras actually, and the OMD range, are really great cameras. And whenever I've owned them, I've really enjoyed using them on a daily basis. And I think the Olympus Pen range is one of the sort of ranges that I really wished I'd kept hold of. But things move on and, you know, that's the way it is. So a small regret there. Next question is from Paul Andrew Bentley. What mobile would you recommend for someone after a new mobile or upgrading their mobile? So you're looking for a new smartphone. Well, I would always recommend the iPhones. The iPhone 6s Plus I'm using here, great camera. The iPhone 6s as well, equally as good camera. 4K video, of course, fantastic screens. Everything seems to work for me anyway, and I live within this Apple ecosystem, so this is my smartphone of choice. If you're looking for something on Google Android operating system, then a phone that often gets overlooked, it's overshadowed by all of these other flagship phones, is the Sony Xperia Z5. Not a lot of people talk about it. They're all talking about the Nexus 6P, the Nexus 5X, the LG this, and various other smartphones. But I would definitely look at that. It's got a great screen, a great camera, very minimal overlay on top of Google Androids. You're getting almost a stock experience, and it's just a great phone, great battery life as well, so definitely check that out. And the last question, and it's a very appropriate question, it's from Padgo Junkbox. Like the t-shirt, how did you get it? And I'm actually wearing the same t-shirt that I wore during that Instagram photo that I posted for this very Q&A. In fact, I'll show you the photo. This is the t-shirt I was wearing. In fact, it's a slightly different version. The one I was wearing here has got little Tetris bricks on it, and this one is the plain version, and they're just really nice. And I got them printed by a company that I worked with on the design, and I also had this logo designed by Mike, my designer, as well, and he did a fantastic job. And then we put together the t-shirt, and it looks absolutely fantastic. What I will do is I'll leave a link to the video where I first revealed the t-shirt in the video description. So anyway, that's it for this Q&A session. Some great questions. Thank you very much for asking them all. I really do enjoy this type of video. So when I post that next Instagram picture, make sure you're following me on Instagram. It's just Geekanoids on Instagram, and then you can ask a question for the next video as well. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button, and I'll see you all in another video very soon.